everybody, welcome to Speak Votomi. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. Once again, this is a place and platform where we speak about everything that's got to do with life. So from me to you, to your mothers, to you mother who is watching, happy early Mother's Day. So today I wanted to chat about 5 things that my mother taught me. So the first one is when someone treats you badly, it's on them and not you. There's often situations where we treated badly and we start to blame ourselves. And I dealt with a lot of that. And I remember, I think my mom had said this to me after she read a certain book. I can't remember what we were having a conversation about. And she would constantly remind me that when people treat you badly, it's on them and not you. And I think as a PK that I am, you encounter a lot of different people, and some people are not the nicest people out there. So this was an important lesson for me to learn and know. And number 2 is that it is okay to say nothing. You don't always have to be speaking, and this is something that I learn from my mother all the time. I think a lot of people assume that because she's quiet, she might even be weak, but she's taught me the strength that you have in silence, that because you were strong, you don't have to be aggressive about things, that you can be more on the quiet side of things and still be as strong as you need to be. And also, you don't have to have a word or phrase for every situation. You don't have to have an opinion for every event. Sometimes it's okay to just be quiet. And as the saying goes, silence cannot be misquoted. And not everything deserves a reaction. Some things people will do deliberately just to get a reaction out of you. And it's not always that you need to give people a reaction. In fact, people are often disappointed when they put you in a situation and they expect a certain reaction and you give them an opposite one. Number 3, you don't owe anybody perfection. In a nutshell, all she was teaching me, this is something that she taught me in the way of life, that it's okay to have a bad day sometimes. Sometimes we expect perfection from people, especially people who are above us in some form or way, whether it be a parent, whether it be pastors, whether it be a pastor's wife that she is. We tend to expect perfection from those type of people. And she says, you don't owe anybody that type of life. Like, I've seen my mom have bad days. She's often had bad days where she tells us, today I don't actually, feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing that because I'm just having a bad day. At the end of the day, everybody is human and you don't owe anybody perfection. Perfection is Jesus Christ, and he came for each and every one of us. So if you want perfection, look to him. Number 4, my mom always makes the joke that if you need to choose between wearing that pretty outfit or putting a jacket on, like, thug it out, wear that outfit. So this is something that comes about often when the country was still open. And I remember vividly on my matric dance where I wore this one dress and it was a cold night, and she said to me, you want to look pretty or do you want to put a jacket on and be warm and look ugly? Sometimes you just gotta thug it out. But that, later I realized that that's not only for the way that you dress on a certain occasion, but sometimes when you want something else really badly, something else needs to give. So ultimately what I'm trying to say here, she taught me the phrase, how bad do you want it? Because when you want something really badly, you will do anything to get it. You will thug out. If you want to look pretty, it was a boob tube dress, it was sleeveless and all of that stuff, and I wanted to look pretty and everything. So do you want to look pretty or do you want to be cold? You know, you got to choose one. How bad do you want something? Do you want excuses or do you want a good body? If you want a good body, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to exercise. You're going to have to eat well. So ultimately, the question when I do things or when I need to make tough decisions or when I feel like something is difficult, I'm always reminded to ask, how bad do you want it? And number 5, this is a lesson that my mother loves out every single day of her life, and it's that not everybody needs to be close to you. I think because she is in a career and occupation and ministry where a lot of people feel as though they deserve or need to have access to her, and she taught me this beautifully, that you know what, not everybody has to be close to you. That in fact, if we look at Jesus himself, as much as he freely gave himself to everybody, but he wasn't, you know, close with everybody, you know, in terms of, you know, proximity. So for example, he had his 12 disciples, which he chose as the people that he would share a lot of intimacy with and a lot of moments with as well. But then from that 12, he had 3 disciples in which would even go up to the mountain and pray with him. But even then, he knew the importance of being an individual before God, and he would often go and pray by himself. So this is wisdom, in that not everybody deserves, you know, in fact, it is per spiritual hygiene to allow everybody to have access to you in the way that they want. Sometimes you're just going to need to have those boundaries set in order to protect your heart, in order to protect that person, in order to protect expectations, in order to protect your calling as well. Not every single person needs to be close with you. At the same time, that doesn't stop you from being friendly with everybody. You can be friendly with everybody and as many people as possible, but you cannot be friends with everybody. Friends is a very expensive word, so therefore we have to use it wisely. I hope those lessons were amazing lessons to you. To those of you who today is a sore point because you are missing your mothers, I hope that God comforts you, and I hope that it gets better as the years go on. 5 lessons that my mother taught me. You know, if someone treats you badly, it's on them. Number 2, it's okay to say nothing sometimes. Number 3, you don't owe anybody perfection. Number 4, how bad do you want it? And number 5, not everybody has to be close to you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for continuing to watch my videos, and till the next one, love you lots. Stay blessed. Mwah.